Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into a guide for Aegislash. Now, Aegislash, an attack all-rounder, one of the better all-rounders in the game right now. Got a really nice buff. It's really solid for solo queue. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So Aegislash, this is the build that I've been running primarily. You want to run Focus Band for defense. Sorry, I said that out of order. You want to run Weakness Policy for attack stat raising and giving yourself a little HP. This is your damage option. You want to run Focus Band for defense and healing, SP defense, and then Buddy Barrier is going to give yourself a shield and help you stay alive. Now, you could swap this out for Focus Band, could swap out for Muscle Band, so you could have a little bit more of an offensive option. I don't really personally like playing that way. Or, I mean, I guess even with Buddy Barrier being nerfed now, you could swap out the Buddy Barrier for a Muscle Band as well. I really don't prefer playing that way. I find that I'm just a little too squishy for my liking, so I go with the kind of like much more tanky focused build. And then if you're laning, if you really want to, you could swap out or add into the build by taking out one of the defensive options and attack weight. So I tend to focus on jungling. I do think the Aegislash is a better jungler than a laner, but hey, if you want to lane it, that's totally fine too. So, you know, there's a little bit of room to mess around with the build. The Weakness Policy, if you're laning, you could swap that out for attack weight. If you want to take out, like, say, the Buddy Barrier for an attack weight, you could do that in lane as well. If you want to take out the Buddy Barrier in jungle for Muscle Band, I think that that's a decent option as well. So, but this is the way that I like to run it, and let's go ahead and jump into the practice area. All right, here we are in the practice area, and one thing that I forgot to say is that the battle item that I prefer to use is Full Heal. You know, when using Aegislash, it's really important to be swapping your stances, using your abilities on the right time, and if you're using a Buddy Barrier or trying to secure with the Unite move, it's really important to be able to do so. So I prefer Full Heal. I've used Eject Button. I think it's an okay option, but anything else really is just not for me. I think Full Heal is the way to go. And of course, we're going to be using a Sacred Sword and Wide Guard. Now, I think it's really important to show off how to actually use the boosted autos. That is like the entire part of this character's kit. So currently we're in sword stance, which basically just increases our attack speed and attack stat. And then if you go into a shield move, it puts you in shield stance, which makes you tankier. So that's something to note. But using your abilities gives you stacks. This is just a quick TLDR. And the number one thing that I think that you need to be thinking about on this character, it's like the play style of the character in your mind should be, is what I'm doing going to allow me to survive? So if you're diving into a fight, you build up some stacks. As soon as you land, you look at your health bar and you decide, can I survive? If the answer is yes, you go crazy, right? You just pop off and dash through them. And again, keep in mind the boosted autos act kind of like a Greninja boosted auto where it shoves you through them. So always be thinking about that positionally. Now, if you dive in and build some stacks and you realize, can I survive? And the answer is no. What you really want to do is instantly go into Wide Guard. This is probably going to put you anywhere between, 2 to 4 max stacks on your boosted auto. And once you have these stacks, you ask that question again, can I survive? If the answer is yes, then you can maybe shield slam like one time. Every time you use a Wide Guard or a Sacred Sword, you pretty much want to at minimum press an auto attack like one time, and then you can wait for your Sacred Sword to come down, because when you use a shield slam, it actually reduces the cooldown of Sacred Sword. You can wait for that cooldown to come back and go into sword stance again and then dash through. Or if the answer is no, you realize, you use your Wide Guard, you realize I cannot survive here, you start shield slamming, and shield slamming is going to heal you. So it's really important to always be asking yourself the question after using abilities, can I survive, and then making decisions off of it. Another really important combo that I do, and it's pretty basic, but it's a super important playstyle, is if you're coming into a lane gank or you're showing up just to fight someone, you want to Sacred Sword into them, dash through them, and then Wide Guard instantly behind them. And it's really important to make sure that you're pointing your abilities in the right direction, but this is essentially how you gank with Sacred Sword Wide Guard. So you're coming up to the lane, you jump through, you dash through, and then you Wide Guard behind them. And this is going to give you a lot of CC. I mean, it's basically a triple CC on a single target. And if you have any kind of laners or anybody there to follow up, you can hit this on multiple people in a team fight. It's very strong. So just really the number one things you got to be thinking about when playing Aegislash, I think, if you want to be a successful Aegislash player. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's definitely some other nuanced things, but we'll go ahead and dive into a game. I'll try to explain my thought process, and yeah, I'll see you in there. All right, we are in a game now. Going to be playing some jungle Aegislash. And yeah, gonna be using that build like I said at the very beginning: weakness policy, focus ban, and buddy barrier. The EXP bug is still in at the moment. It may be fixed by the time you're watching this video, but we are gonna hold this Lillipup really quickly to get that experience that we need to hit level 5. So let's go ahead and hit that, and we're gonna go full into our rotation now. So some of the key things I want to explain today are how to use some of the nuance like parts of the character's kit. The boosted auto, as you can see, when you boost it auto, it does dash you through, so keep that in mind when it comes to positioning. This character doesn't have a lot of control of its own positioning, so you have to be really aware of like where using your boosted autos is going to put you when you're in sword stance. But otherwise, you know, use that iron defense in the early game to kind of like faster clear and things of that nature. And oh, someone stole my crab, so I'll have to come up here and take a crab to hit level 5. So we'll wait for the 9-minute mark. Usually if somebody steals your jungle crab, you just have to come get the lane crab back here. You just have to delay it, which means that your positioning may not be the best, or you may not be in the front position like you'd like to, but gotta get this crab for the level 5, you know, which unfortunately I still don't get. But they're early ganking, so this could be very fruitful. Got the red buff on them. We get the sacred sword, get the dash through. Nice. Come on, let's hit that. Come on, and beautiful. So luckily the other team went super aggro right there for some reason. I'm gonna insta base and go straight into bot lane. So a little scary not to have that sacred sword for that early gank, but we lost a little bit of experience. This is getting taken as well. So it really just is gonna come down to that race to level 7 right now. With sacred sword, I think the big thing to know is how to space it. I almost always pull back. You literally just pull back, so that way you make sure you don't miss that little gap where the players are like actually going to be, or where the target is actually at. And Sacred Sword, I'm going to go out on a whim and say that I never let the game auto-target this ability. I just never do it. I think it's really important to be very deliberate with your Sacred Sword and to make really strong decisions about where you want to land this ability. So, all right, wide guard. It is. Let's see if we can show to a nice solid gank here. Let's see what they do here. All right, we're gonna dive in. We missed that unfortunately, but we use the wide card for the double knockbacks. Use a shield slam to lower the cooldown since I'm not really at, oh, that's an iframe right there. And nice, we put that in. So I'm gonna stay for the 720Bs since I'm already here. We might as well. Let's go on ahead and burst this down, and then we're gonna head straight into bottom lane if we can. If the timing is right, I might have a little bit of time just to get my lower buff. Let's go on ahead and do that really quickly. All right, so that's gonna put me really close to 9. I'll be on my way to ticking into it. On my way down here, as long as they're not full flipping, I should get the level 9 just in case I need to use it for the fight. And now we're just gonna go on ahead and rip this. I see 2 people top. I don't really have to be worried about anything like that. I'm gonna save these boosted autos. We'll go into sword mode and we'll just rip here. We're gonna save 1 just for the secure, just in case. There's this war turtle behind us, but I don't think that matters too much. I'm gonna dash through and try to fight here. With our Gardevoir not here, I'm not sure we can actually fight this, so might have to just back up. Maybe. Let's see. I think this is all where they get some big damage in right there. Alright, there we go. So again, big combo that you want to look for there is just making sure that you Sacred Sword, boosted auto, and then when you dash through, you want to use the wide guard behind them so you can get the big CC. And that's really good for team fights. It's amazingly good for solo fights. But something like this, you dash through and then you wide guard behind them to CC them. And then that's when you start asking those questions that you need to ask, like, are you going to be able to stay alive? Do you need to use your shield slams? Do you need to heal? Or can you keep doing damage? Things of that nature. So farm this buff. 550Bs just came up, so that's getting farmed by the lanes, and now we're just kind of chilling. Every now and then, one thing I will say, okay, let's see if we can help out here really quickly. I didn't get the pass through, so he's probably gonna roll out this way. Okay, a little bit of a juke, but it's fine. We know he's gonna die here. Okay. I was gonna say one thing I'll do every now and then, and it's just whenever you have like a down second, I'll pop a wide guard just for 1 sack. It's something a lot more prevalent that you can do with Iron Head. You can't really do it as much. I'm gonna go straight for top lane because I want to make sure that we're not giving up any free turn, and it's something you can do a lot more with Iron Head. But wide guard just to get 1 extra little stack, 1 boosted auto. But now we come through here, so we can use that for our fight. All right, we're gonna back up and heal really quickly. I think it's important to just stay alive here, but there we go. So it's just kind of kiting out. Okay, look, there we go, the pass through, and then the knockback, so we get that stun, which is nice, and then we're gonna head to straight to bottom. So we ping that, we're gonna base, we're gonna go straight to bottom. We have some stacks built up, and yeah, it's time to make our move. Time to make our move. Alright, so here we are on Dreadnought, got our boosted autos. Back up. Again, be deliberate with the Sacred Sword, and good job. Now we can go straight to top lane. I don't really need to farm much, like I'm well on my way to level 13. If we can hold this tower, that'd be great. Okay, so they actually break. That's a 20 overcap, it's not the end of the world. But getting kills here would be nice setup. I wanted to see if I could CC him there, but I'm going ahead and take him down. Bottom lane's getting pressured, so we got to make sure that we push with this. Probably. We could probably actually push with it. My Unite move charges fast. I forget the exact timer on it, but you can charge pretty fast with this Unite move, so I might actually push with this. Some people are going to base. We'll see what we can do. Maybe nothing. This is probably silly. I don't really need to do this. Nah, there's too many people here. If anything, I'm just baiting ults. I'll even use my ult to take a little bit more time. I'm just baiting ults at this point. Which 340, it's not too bad of a timer for most people. I for sure will have my ult back. It's already on 21%. Aegislash's ult just charges so fast. But nah, not much we can do there. We just gotta farm and make sure that we have our goals covered. That's really the best thing you can do from this point on, is farm and make sure our goals are covered. Nice dunk in the bottom lane. So we got jungle EXP. We'll get our plus level 13 for the wide guard plus, because that's the best that we can do. And we'll go from there. Alright, so we have normal lead. That gives us a little bit of information. We get our plus level. We should be able to get our Unite move just fine. I can't hit him. Didn't dash through the wall. Gotta be careful because we have no vision right now, so I want to be careful with where I'm going. I think she takes him down. We can come down here just fine. Yeah, he hits my shield, no biggie. I don't really need to do this. Like, this isn't mandatory. He's kind of going really deep. I think that he's just gonna die there, so okay, I don't think that we need to do this at all. We do not need to do this. I accidentally flicked and said let's fight together, so this is a little dangerous now because it just feels like a flip, but we're going ahead and get that. We'll put ourselves in the sword stance. We'll pop the full heal to get out of that Unite move, and then we're gonna back up. Hopefully our teammates will help us out here. I'm gonna buddy barrier us because I actually feel like I kind of have to fight here now at this point. Okay, we're gonna shield, we're gonna spam for the heals. Spam for the heals. Okay, we're gonna back up. Actually, we're gonna turn because I think we can kill the Greninja. Go back in a sword stance. I know that we're healthy. I'm gonna just insta-base. They should be able to deal with him, so I can insta-base and heal myself. I have 3 stacks, 3 boosted autos. And unfortunately, they get the zap there, so not what you like to see. But it do be like that. Okay, we should be able to chase him down at minimum. With teammates looking to score, I should be able to chase him down. I think I take the Zera Aura out here. Oh, he just kills me there. Maybe we're in the lead, maybe we're not. They only scored 100 from what I could tell, so I don't know if we got any score in. Okay, so we're in lead, so we just have to hold. Oh, why did our Dragonite just ult into them? Okay, we're just gonna have to hold best we can. I'm gonna see if I can get a Unite move really quickly. Okay. Careful fighting off the zone. We can take out the Gren really easily. Not sure why we're surrender voting. This is a free win. Okay, we get our wide guard on cooldown. We just have to defend here. We do nothing else. Even if he dies, doesn't matter. We just defend. We do nothing else. We just defend.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Easy. Nice.
Eyes up.
Good game. So a little scary there at the end, but some of the main things that I wanted to show off was boosted autos, knowing where the sword boosted auto is going to put you, knowing that Sacred Sword dash through into wide guard knock up combo is really, really important for doing CC, using the Unite move for buddy barriers or for executing an enemy, and then in general, knowing the Sacred Sword spacing. Really, really important little nuances. So friends, thank you so much for watching this guide on Aegislash. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what build you're using. Like I said, I think there's a little bit of variance for items, but I pretty much always stick with weakness, focus, and buddy. As always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone you love them, and I'll see you in the next video.